Side. You're watching WBRC Fox 6 News. Good Day, Alabama.
This morning, we're hearing more about the ongoing investigation in Elmore County involving 2 inmates and a corrections officer facing murder charges.
A grieving family seeking answers after their loved one was shot and killed in Bessemer while selling items through social media. What the family is now asking for 1 year later.
And the bill an Alabama senator is proposing in response to the Carly Russell hoax that would give harsher consequences to those who fake a kidnapping. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Glad you're with us online. I'm Janice Rogers.
And I'm Mike W. We do thank you for sticking with us. Mickey Ferguson, meanwhile, taking a look at your weather this morning. Good morning, Mick.
Good morning to you. We're looking out at another day, and here's Tuscaloosa. Looking out live this morning at the Capstone, 76 degrees there in Tuscaloosa. The dew point at 70. Now, we're still getting wind out of the north. That is helping us out, not only in Tuscaloosa, but in all of our locations, keeping that humidity down. I don't know if you got outside yesterday, but it felt not so bad outside. Had a little breeze coming through and not too humid. It was nice. Now, it was warm, but it was nice compared to what we've been experiencing. Our temperature readings elsewhere are in the 70s, and we could still drop a degree or two before sunrise. Normal low is 72. But we're a little bit above average to get you started at 76 degrees in Birmingham, for example. AccuTrack radar, first alert AccuTrack radar is dry, and we're expecting a pretty much dry day. There's only a 10% chance of showers. We're still to the north of this frontal boundary, still getting some showers, diving down through Arkansas, possibly into Mississippi later on today, but we should be pretty much rain-free. Temperature readings today ranging from 93 into Coleman, 94 into Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, 95 degrees expected high, Anniston at 93, 94 into Talladega, with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, the humidity level is going to begin to build in a little bit, highs into the mid-90s, but the greater dew point still to come as we make it into Thursday and Friday and Saturday. That mugginess factor is going to be back. Not only the mugginess, but we return to seeing a chance of showers and maybe even some isolated storms that could come rolling in. Now, tomorrow will still probably be dry, with maybe the exception of northeast Alabama. But come Thursday and Friday, that's when we have better rain chances and thunderstorm chances, up to about a 50% chance to close out the week and get back into a soupy weather pattern. Checking the tropics, we have 2 areas of disturbed weather, 2 tropical waves, so to speak. One is, well, both of them are in the Atlantic, and they don't really pose a threat to anyone. If you're going to have tropical systems, hey, why not have them out in the middle of the ocean where they don't pose a threat to anyone? So these are both headed to the north, northeast, and this one here has about a 40 to 50% chance of formation into something but still not posing a threat to anyone. And the one to the north of it, the yellow X, is kind of fizzling out in the cooler waters of the North Atlantic. So we're looking at the next 7 days, highs getting back into the mid-90s. Those dew points are going to climb, and a first alert heads up for storm potential for Thursday and Friday afternoons, even into the evening hours. We could see some storms. And then I got to give you a first alert for heat. The heat and humidity building back in. If we get some showers and thunderstorms, of course, that'll cool things off, but make it nice and muggy. But we get back into that soupy weather pattern after a couple of days of dry conditions, back to seeing muggy conditions with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. That is a look at the next 7 days. Let's get an update on traffic with Toy.
Okay, thank you very much, Mickey. We have a first alert for you. A crash on 20 westbound near the Cook Springs exit there, and this is past Highway 78, as you see right there. We see some delays. Now, the delays were orange just now. They've turned yellow, so that's good news. Perhaps this is clearing up, but we'll keep an eye on it. Of course, things can be a little bit tricky in terms of delays in the morning like this because it's so early and not a lot of people are out there. Beautiful shot, though, live look here at the I-459. And look at that. The sky is beautiful as the sun is rising over the area right now. We got some trucks sitting on the side of the on-ramp there at Grants Mill, but not causing any issues or delays. We do have some road work there that should be hopefully clearing up within the next 30 minutes or so. Across the rest of the area, though, good to go. Smooth sailing, easy commute for you as you travel. Mike?
Thank you, Toy. Senator Katie Britt of Alabama is recovering this morning after a medical scare landed her in the hospital. A statement from her office says that she was admitted to Baptist Medical Center South for face numbness and swelling. Her doctors later said it was the result of a post-viral infection. Senator Britt says recovery could take several weeks, but the good news is it's not considered life-threatening.
This morning, we have new information out of Elmore County after a former corrections officer was charged in the murder of an inmate. New documents show former corrections officer DeMarcus Sanders escorted 2 inmates to a holding cell where a victim was found severely beaten. Reuben Murray was taken to a hospital where he died from his injuries. The 2 other inmates, Frederick Gooden and Stefano Hampton, are also charged with murder.
This morning, a local family is still begging for answers. 1 year ago, their loved one was shot and killed in Bessemer during a transaction for an online sale. Someone shot and killed Ricky Hamrick in front of his daughter. His mother, Debbie Stringer, is begging those who know something to come forward to get justice and to prevent this from happening to another family.
She got robbed of a lifetime with her daddy. No more, she can't, no more summers with him. He won't be able to, the little things like going to her high school, watching her go to prom, and, he'll never have that chance to walk her down the aisle.
Police say Hamrick was selling 2 handguns and believe he was shot and killed by the people buying the guns.
An Alabama senator responding to the recent hoax by Carly Russell of Hoover with a bill to try to prevent others from doing the same thing. Senator April Weaver is introducing a new bill in the next regular legislative session that creates a felony crime for faking an abduction. Right now, Russell only faces misdemeanor charges after police say she faked her abduction earlier this month. Weaver says that she's meeting with law enforcement to determine exactly what type of felony the crime would carry.
Numerous volunteers donated their time in record-breaking heat to search for the reported victims, and individuals who concoct and carry out sham kidnappings and lead our law enforcement officers on wild goose chases must be given severe penalties for their deceptive actions.
Now, so far, we know it includes strong prison sentences and mandatory restitution requirements. We'll, of course, keep you updated on the bill's progress. Tougher legislation is also something that Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis mentioned during that news conference about Carly Russell's charges just last week, and he will join us live in studio at 9 o'clock this morning on Good Day Extra to talk more about the investigation and the case itself.
Covering Shelby County, the Pelham City Council is considering increasing its sales tax by 1 cent and using that money to add city services and improve infrastructure.
Good there, Mike.
Hello. The current sales tax for the city is 9 cents, but city leaders believe the increase to 10 cents will generate about $6 million in revenue per year. The last time the city raised the sales tax to pay for infrastructure was 22 years ago.
I'm a resident of Pelham, and I pay taxes too, and nobody likes taxes. Nobody, but we're to represent those people that put us in office and make the wise business choices that our city needs, and at this time, this is what we need.
Now, the city wants to hear from you during their August 7th City Council meeting. If the council votes yes, the sales tax increase will go into effect November 1st.
In Alabaster, many residents are voicing concerns with the proposed Walker Springs residential development. Residents who live in that area near Ebenezer Swamp say that they are opposed because they're already struggling with traffic congestion, poor storm water management, and their properties being damaged by flooding.
These developments are designed for a particular volume of rain. That volume of rain is nowhere close to what we routinely experience here in Alabama. So the fact that it's designed to those standards provides no comfort to the people who live around it that they are not going to suffer the impact of flooding and stormwater problems.
A representative from Newcastle Homes responded to this story, saying in part, quote, Newcastle, along with its consultants, has spent a significant amount of time over the past year to make modifications to the master plan to avoid impacts to certain areas of that site. You can read the full statement on the WBRC News app. Well, covering West Alabama now, a Tuscaloosa County Volunteer Fire Department faces an emergency of its own.
The Wiley Volunteer Fire Department is in dire need of volunteer firefighters for more than one reason. Kelvin Reynolds joins us live from Tuscaloosa to explain. Good morning, Kelvin.
Good morning to you, Mike and Janice. The Wiley Volunteer Fire Department only has 3 volunteer firefighters right now, and it needs a total of 10. That has a lot of people, not only in that community, concerned, but also the acting fire chief there as well. We got a chance to speak to Amelia Wilcott, the acting fire chief for Wiley. She says they have 3 people, 3 fire trucks, and a 15-mile area that volunteer fire department is responsible for. And right now they simply don't have enough people to adequately service that area. The Insurance Services Office, or ISO for short, recently gave the Wiley Volunteer Fire Department a 10 rating, and that is not good. The smaller the number is actually the better. A 10 rating means that homeowners there in the Wiley community could see an increase in their homeowners insurance because of the low number of volunteer firefighters there right now. And that potential increase has a lot of people upset, and we understand that the last rating there was a total of 8.
You know, that's not something we want. We will call for assistance from other fire departments, but, you know, we need to be able to stand on our own. I am retired. The other 2 guys work for a living.
Wilcott tells us that she is hopeful they might be able to encourage some more people to come volunteer firefighters there. They're actually hosting a meeting at the Volunteer Fire Department of Wiley on August 14th. Kelvin Reynolds, WBRC, Fox 6 News on your side.
Thank you, Kelvin. Well, we're learning more about a bill passed by Congress to revamp the national organ donation system. That bill is expected to be signed into law by President Biden. The bill opens the National Organ Procurement and Transplant Network to organizations other than the nonprofit United Network for Organ Sharing, which has been the system's only manager. That group has recently drawn criticism for its handling of organs and transplants and long wait lists for the transplants. Well, the heat certainly causing some wild animals to find new ways to cool off. This bear in California decided to take a dip in that pool right there. He's sitting in that small in-ground, what looks like a splash pool almost, Janice.
Yeah, you can see it looks like he's actually posing for the responders, the responding police officers, but just kind of gracing one of his paws on the side of the pool deck.
I think he wanted somebody to bring him a drink.
Yeah, really. Cocktail, please. Authorities didn't say what type of bear this was, but we do hope it was able to find some relief from the heat. I love the propping of the arm.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just hanging out, man. That's funny. Yeah. All right, thanks for joining us for this news update. We'll be back in the next half hour.
See you later.
There's Mickey lurking again.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't either.
Yeah. So actually, we're back on at 8 this morning.
8
Yeah.
this morning, 'cause
8
of
this
soccer.
morning.
Okay.
But online, so
Where are we
hang
now?
with us.
Stick with us.
We're on that online thing.
Y'all know
Oh,
we
yeah.
love you.
Yeah,
we
that's
do
right.
love you. It's not us.
Toys over there. Toy.
Toys over there, along with Emma.
Hey, hey.